Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be talking about the new Charlotte Tilbury holiday eyeshadow palette that I recently hauled. And I did get this when she gave us like the early release, and it came with the brush. It came with a miniature blender brush, and it's the same size as the brushes, the little bundle of brushes she comes out with every year. This is the green one. I got mine last year. This year it's the same packaging but red with the rose gold accents, and inside you get 4 brushes. Now she comes out with a set like this every year. Actually, the year prior to last, the set was a little cheaper because the case was different. So it was just this like navy blue case, and it's magnetic, super thin, very travel friendly. It was navy blue, and then you got the same brushes. I know people are kind of tired of us seeing the same set, but I actually really appreciate it. I have 2 and I use mine all the time, especially when I'm traveling. I use them to film. I'm gonna use them to film this video now, but when I went to Miami for my baby shower, I took this set with me and it was very convenient. So I like that she comes out with them every year. It's not something I get bored of personally. And I love that I did get the green one in this clutch, because you can put some other stuff in here and just kind of carry it with you as you go. And it's a hard case, so it protects your stuff, but I digress. Let's get back to this Instant Eye Palette. Smoky Eyes Are Forever. Charlotte Tilbury for me knocks it out of the park every year for holiday. I missed out on that palette. Not that I missed out, I chose not to purchase the palette that came out. I think it was when that blue case brush was out. I can't remember what year that was. I think it was 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I skipped that eyeshadow palette because I wasn't into the blues or the greens. I didn't like the combination, so I never ended up getting that palette, which is why I was super excited to be able to get this palette, because I feel like the green tones in this palette are much nicer. The packaging is really what do I say, like elegant, because it's black with the rose gold. But in my opinion, this it has very subtle like gold flecks in here. You can barely see it. My camera is not gonna pick that up, but it doesn't scream holiday. And I don't know if anybody else felt the same way. I know that may be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like last year's palette was like, the packaging was very festive and holiday themed. I have it here. Let me just show you in comparison. It was like this silver foiled kind of look. And so I do plan to use this palette this holiday season. And I did do a video on this one, so I'll link it down in the video, in the description below, in case you guys missed it. But it was a beautiful palette, and I believe that this is still available. I think you can still purchase this on her website. And I think it's still available at Nordstrom, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, I don't know. This year's palette, it's black. It didn't seem very festive. I felt like if the gold shimmers on it was a little bit more prominent, it would have been a little bit more festive. So this is what the palette looks like on the inside. And you can follow me on Instagram at Isabel112506 to see more pictures and reels, like little videos on this palette. So during early access, you got this little brush for free, and I totally appreciate it. Like I said, I love these little brushes. It does come with the standard plastic here on the inside, so it lays this way, because she's giving you directions on how to apply the shadows. And for those of you who are new to Charlotte Tilbury or don't know, she does the standard 1, 2, 3, because each look, each set of 3 is an actual eye look. Not that you can't mix and match and do whatever you want. You don't have to follow what the card says. But I love that she does that, because it makes it very user friendly, especially for people who are new to makeup and don't really want to think. So we have Love Eyes, which is the first set of 3. We have what is that, Power Eyes, and we have Happy Eyes and Confident Eyes. So you've got that one shimmery, I don't know why my camera is doing that, I'm so sorry. You have one pink shimmery shade, and then these 2 are matte. So you have a matte brown and a matte black. So let's get started. I have already put on my Bare Minerals Original Foundation. I am the shade Light, number 8. And my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil in Translucent. I have applied my Chanel bronzer. This is the original formula. I have a question for you guys, and leave me a comment down below. If you guys purchased the new formula of this, can you let me know if yours has dried out? I've heard from people who purchased the new formula that obviously it was very controversial because it has coconut oil, and some people have a reaction to that, and I'm super hesitant to purchase it because I don't know if it's gonna give me milia. But anyways, people were complaining because like after 6 months of having it, it dried out. Let me know. And then for blush and highlight, I use my little Tarte palette, and I am wearing the Sinful blush, which is this one right here, with the highlight in Whimsical. And then I have primed my eyes with my Bare Minerals Gen Nude Bright and Flawless eyeshadow primer. Longest intro ever. Please just skip over it if you're bored. I completely understand. So I'm gonna go in with the fresh brush, and we're gonna start off with Confident Eyes. I'm gonna go in with that first shade, and I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. One thing that I really like about these long palettes is the mirror. I think the mirror is wide enough where I could really see my entire face minus my forehead, which I don't need to see when I'm doing my eyeshadow. But anyways, every holiday season, the collection the two brands I'm most excited for the holidays every year is Charlotte Tilbury and Chanel. I was a little underwhelmed this year with the holiday collection for Chanel. Again, an unpopular opinion, I'm sure. I know it's like the whole number 5 thing, but I wasn't into it. I didn't really like it. Next, I'm gonna go in with that second shade, which is that pink right there. And that one, by the way, I didn't even read this off to you. The first shade is considered the prime shade, which is the one I just laid all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone. The second is the enhanced shade, which you're supposed to put all over the lid. And I just wiped my brush. Now I don't know how this is gonna apply with a brush, because I think this one is a special shade. Oh no, it went on beautifully. See, that's what I love about Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadows. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit, so I feel like you guys are close enough there. So I'm just applying this shade all over my lid. and just diffusing it into the crease. It's a really pretty rose gold, but it's a cool toned. It's shimmery, but I feel like I can see mostly like a rose gold with a silver undertone there instead of a gold, which makes sense because she came out with that celestial pearl palette, and that one's like a rose gold with a gold shimmer, with a shimmer gold undertone, you know. So I like that she made it a little bit different in this palette. And what I love about her shades is that they're super easy to blend. So there's zero work involved. Like, you can see that I'm not being careful here whatsoever. So I've just applied that all over the lid. And now I'm gonna go in with the last shade, which is supposed to be the smoke shade. But that is really, really bright. And so I don't think that that's gonna do anything. But we're gonna trust her before I decide to do anything different. So I'm just wiping my brush. And I'm gonna go into that shade. Whoa. Okay, let me show you my brush for a second. Do you guys, I just picked up a lot. Okay. So we're gonna tap. And this is supposed to be the smoke shade, so I'm just gonna concentrate that on the outer V of the eye. Okay, this is mostly like a sparkly shade. This is definitely not something that I would use as a smoke shade. So we're gonna keep this simple. I'm gonna use my finger. I'm gonna go into that shade. Ooh. By the way, super smooth. Let me show you what that looks like on my finger. Look how pretty. I'm just gonna apply that to the center of the lid. That's pretty. There's not a lot of contrast between the pink and this like shimmery silvery white. And then I'm just gonna use my brush. I'm wiping it off, and I'm gonna go back into that first shade right here, which is the matte cream shade, and I'm going to kind of just diffuse the brow bone here and soften up the edges. And then just to fix this eye here, I'm gonna go back into that pink, which is the middle shade right here in Love Eyes. And I'm gonna fix this eye so it matches the other one. Just kind of applying it to the outer of each. So there isn't much of a contrast, but when I close my eyes, you definitely can see that in the center, there's definitely a much more white gold, not gold, like a champagne kind of shimmer in the center versus when I turn my eye. So let me apply some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be right back. Let me just tell you what I did off camera. I applied some of the Charlotte Tilbury Kohl eyeliner. This one is in Barbella Brown. And this is her Rock and Kohl eyeliner. I just put that halfway on my top lashes. And then I went in with some Bare Minerals Lash Domination Mascara to my top and bottom lashes. And I did put on some of my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel for my brows. Then for lips, I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. And I actually used my, what is this one called? My Hot Lips lipstick refill in Love with Olivia. Now, I just had to use this like this. It's fine. Let me just kind of show you the shade of this. My current case that I have for my lipsticks, my Charlotte Tilbury lipsticks, is being used up by JK Magic. And I didn't feel like JK Magic was going to be an appropriate color for this look. And then I topped it off with some Pillow Talk lip gloss. This is her Collagen Lip Bath in Pillow Talk. So this is the first look. Now let's move on to the second look, which is going to be Power Eyes, which is going to be that beautiful green trio. I'm going to start off with this matte shade, and that color is pretty pigmented. I figured this green color story, which is called Power Eyes, was gonna be a bit more, it was gonna be much more deep. So I kind of want to go in with a light hand and build it up, because it's kind of hard to fix once it's too dark. And I'm just blending that into the crease. This color is really pretty. It has this cool tone this cool undertone to it, which I think gives it a really nice fall vibe. Makes it a bit more unique, and as you can see, that has blended out really nicely. But you do have to go in with a light hand, because I feel like on the eye it translates a little bit more, you know, translate a bit more. I can't speak today. It translates a bit deeper than it looks like in the pan. All right, so with a different blending brush, this is a clean one, I'm gonna go into, oh, I'm so tempted here. I wanna go in with this middle metallic green shade. I just wanna pop that all over the lid. This is gorgeous. Oh, look at that. That is really pretty. And subtle in a way where I feel like I can wear this with pretty much my entire fall wardrobe, right? I mean, look how pretty that is. Again, it's a green with a cool undertone to it. Charlotte Tilbury really knows how to do these really soft, pretty, metallic, shimmery shades. They always blend so nice, and I'm always pleasantly surprised. I don't have to work super hard at it. I mean, look how nice that looks. Then I'm gonna go in with that same blender brush that I was using for the matte shade, and I did wipe it off here with a little cloth that I had. I'm gonna go in with that last shade in the look. I'm sorry, it's this one. It's the deepest shade between the three in the pan, and I am gonna go lightly in with this because it's a shimmery shade. It's not a matte shade, so I just kind of want to see what we're dealing with here before I just pound it on. Not a lot of kick up with these shadows. It's really, really nice. Oh my gosh, you guys, that green. You guys see that shift? I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. I promise you, I'm sorry, that's my dog. You can hear him in the background. He terrorizes any poor unfortunate soul that decides to walk down the sidewalk because he wants to say hi, but he's huge. So most people are very afraid of him. And he looks a little scary, but really he's a sweetheart. And so I told him, I'm like, if you wouldn't bark at people so aggressively like that as they're passing by, maybe they would say hi to you. But no, you can't contain yourself. So here we are. Look how, guys, look how pretty that is. Again, I'm filming with natural light, so this is as true to color as it's possibly gonna get. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I love that. Okay, I am gonna go in with a little bit more of that middle green shade. I'm not gonna lie, I really like it, and I kind of just want to blend that in. I love this. Okay, let's go in with that matte shade. I'm just wiping my brush here. Let's go back in with that matte shade in the trio, and let's soften those edges, shall we? Very little. Just kind of blending everything together. Okay. I'll be back with some eyeliner and mascara. Can we just appreciate that color? I did apply, what color is this? Hepburn Honey is the color I chose to go with this look. I don't know, I just thought it was appropriate. Just like, look at that green. Okay, so far this is my favorite trio in the palette. I love the shift of it. I love how fall inspired yet subtle it is. It literally goes probably with every single fall piece of fall clothing I have. I love it. It's green without being, you know, so green, so on your face. I think that that's where it gets a little bit crazy for me, and why I shy away from those very, you know, deep and bright greens, because it's like, and it's hard to match, like your clothing, you know, it's gotta flow. It's gotta flow. All right, let's move on to the next trio. Happy Eyes. I went in with some micellar water and took off that eye look. The mascara, I couldn't take it off, so I'll just reapply it because then I'm gonna get shadow all over it. I'm gonna go in with that first shimmery shade in the trio. And I'm gonna apply that all over the lid. Again, with a clean blender brush. Ooh, that was a lot brighter than it looked like in the pan. I thought I was gonna be able to take this all the way up to the brow bone, but no, no. And just in case you guys were wondering, my primer, foundation, highlight, blush, nothing has changed throughout this video, but everything remains the same. If at any point I change a product, I will let you know. Yeah, that's my sweet, sweet jog. Okay, so that's a really pretty sparkly shade. It is a little bit loud, not gonna lie. It's a little loud. A little louder than I was expecting. Just trying to, and very sparkly. Just trying to get in there, in that corner, and where my lash root is. I'm gonna go in with her small little brush in the set, and I really want to be able to get this color in the lash line. I think because I used my micellar water to remove what I had on, I think it didn't let my primer set the right way. So I'm just going in with this thin brush because I want to be able to cover my whole lid like I normally would. So as you can see, this shade is really bright, and this is a lot deeper than I expected. Okay, with a clean blending brush, we're gonna go into that middle shade right there. Again, it is sparkly, so this is supposed to be the enhance shade. My camera's acting weird again. My apologies. Now let's start blending this into the crease. Again, with a light hand. It actually blends really nicely with that color. I was worried the contrast was gonna be a bit much, just because I wasn't expecting that first shade to be so bright. But it does blend really nicely together. All right, now again, wiping my brush, I'm gonna go into that red terracotta matte shade in the palette, and I'm gonna smoke that out ever so lightly because her matte shades. So I'm just gonna tap the color and then blend it in. Yeah, that is very pigmented. So what I find that this matte shade does is it kind of makes the shimmer it calms it down, it tones it down. I mean, you can still see it peeking through, but it is not as prominent as it was when I first blended that in. I mean, that is really pretty. Oh. This whole look reminds me of fall leaves, doesn't it? Like a maple leaf. Isn't that pretty? So I'm gonna go in with a clean blender brush, and this one is a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques, and I didn't apply any color to it. I'm just giving it one last good wipe because I'm gonna soften the edges here. Again, there's no color, but if you wanted to, I feel like you can just use the first shade in the, what is this called? The Love Eyes look. It's like a matte cream, and you can apply it, but I kind of just want to stick with her looks. I feel like, you know, you're free to do what you want, but I kind of want to see how this works all on its own. Okay, so we just soften that up. That's really pretty. And let's apply some mascara. So I went in with some brown eyeliner on the top. It's like a deep brown. I think it's coming off black on camera, but it's a deep brown. And for lipstick, I chose JK Magic from Charlotte Tilbury. And can we just talk about this maple leaf autumn look? I do have to admit, I think that this look was a little bit brighter and much deeper than what I expected. I expected, especially that first shade, to be a bit more lighter, subtle. I thought I was gonna be able to bring that up to the brow bone, but no. But it's a beautiful shift is what I like. And they all blend together. Like, I would have never thought to put that matte terracotta shade on top of that shimmer shade to bring it together. It's beautiful. I knew I would love this palette. Let's move on to the last and final look, Confident Eyes. So let's go in with that first shade using a blender brush, and it's a very sparkly shade. I think this is gonna be just as strong as the first shade in Happy Eyes that we tried. Let's see. Well, actually it's not. It's very pretty. It is a soft pink. I am gonna take that up all over my lid to the brow bone. It's not instantly abrasive. It's nice, actually. I love the duochrome kind of effect this has. It's really, really pretty. You guys seeing that? I hope the light is picking it up. You guys, my vacuum cleaner's been stuck this morning. La pobre. Her name is Betica. The first one we had was Vicky. And she's having a rough morning. But a robot vacuum cleaner, one of the best investments I've ever made. All right, next Next, I am gonna go, I'm gonna use, let me take out the brushes from the little set I'm using here. I'm gonna use a clean blender brush. I have two of these because I have more than one set. I'm gonna go into that matte brown shade. It's the second shade in Confident Eyes. Going in with a light hand, and then I'm gonna use this as a transition shade. Let's see how this, it's very pigmented. Let's see how this applies. It does blend out really nicely. So this is supposed to be that like evening look kind of trio. Charlotte Tilbury tries to give us, you know, a variety of looks with these palettes that she comes out with in the holidays. These 12 pan palettes, she tries to make them in a way where you can cover an array of looks between day, semi-casual, and nighttime. So it's the only thing you have to carry, which I appreciate. So as you can see, that's already very dark. I'm gonna go in with the black, but I'm gonna use the her smudger brush, and I'm gonna go into that black. And I'm just going to deepen out the outer lash line here. And then bringing that into the V. Just halfway. Let's go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Again, keeping it super close to the lash line. I don't have any fallout with this shade, which I truly appreciate. I love that from Charlotte Tilbury and Natasha Denona. You hardly, if any, get zero fallout when you use their shades. And when you're using a black, that's super convenient because I do my complexion first. And then, so I'm just darkening out that outer V. And then I'm gonna go in with the same brush that I used that brown, and I'm just gonna blend it out. So it's super convenient, especially for somebody who does her complexion first. And I'm somebody who, I have to do my complexion first. I have tried to do my eyes first and then go in with my foundation. That takes an immense amount of talent to get into the nooks and crannies of like between the eyebrows, around the eyes, without messing up your eye look. I don't know. I mess it up every time I've tried to achieve that. All right, I'm gonna go back with that brush that I used to go into the first shade, and I am going to apply a little bit more just to intensify that pink into the inner half lid without disturbing the black that I just placed. Let's do the same thing to the other eye. That's really pretty. I would leave it right here, but for the sake of this video, let's go in with my finger into that pink shade. Just want to see what happens. Just in the center. So that really intensifies the look. Oh, I'm blocking your view. Ooh, that's really pretty. Now let's go in with a clean brush, just using my Real Techniques brush, and let's go ahead and soften out the edges here. Okay, so look how pretty that looks. It's a very, definitely it's an interesting shade. So when you swatch it, because it's got that duochrome finish, look at how it actually comes off on my finger here. It actually comes off pinker, like a deeper pink than what it looks like in the pan. In the pan, it looks bright, like a light pink. But this is really what you get. Isn't that strange? All right. Just trying to get as much product off my finger as possible. All right, let's go in with some mascara and some lipstick. All right, so I went ahead and I put just some mascara and brow gel. I didn't even apply eyeliner to my top lash line. Wow, ever since I got pregnant, I really like word finding hard. I thought it was perfect the way that it was. I'm getting a really nice like Halloween fall vibes with this Confident Eyes. I really love this pink purple shifty shade. That's what I get from the sunlight. I'll show you guys some swatches now. And then I went in with my Pillow Talk medium Pillow Talk medium lipstick and lip liner. I thought it would be appropriate for this look. Kind of wanted to keep with, you know, the more dramatic look. And now let's get into swatches. So the first three shades here is that white shade, almost the color of my skin. You got the first three, which is Love Eyes. And then we move on to the next three, which is Power Eyes. This is that beautiful green. I was pleasantly surprised with this look. Actually, what I would have to say my #1 favorite out of all 4 looks. And then we have, okay, I guess I didn't swatch these. Like, I have to like move my skin. The next trio we have here is Happy Eyes. And this first shade really surprised me. It was much brighter than it looked like in the pan, and it was very bright on the eyes. So I think that out of all the looks, this is definitely the brightest. And then we have the one that we just did right now, which is Confident Eyes. And as you can see, most of these shades have like a shifting kind of effect to them, especially this pink shade from Confident Eyes. The black, I have to say, I appreciate that the black is not this super high pigmented black because it makes it easier to use. I prefer a black that I can build up versus one where it's gonna apply too much at once, because black is just one of those shades, just like a red. It's not the easiest to work with. So it's better when you have something that's just a little less pigmented that you can work around and build up slowly to what you want. Because when you've got too much, it's hard to fix. So let me give you one more look at this palette. How beautiful this is. So appropriate for the holidays. I love the packaging, is nice. It's black. I just wish it had a little bit, the gold shimmer it kind of has is a little too subtle. I wish it would have come through a little bit more, especially when the light hits it. But all in all, I love her packaging. I love how sleek it is, fits anywhere, and honestly you have pretty much a complete look with this palette. Highly recommend it for the holidays. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.